Finding the right area to stay in Da Nang can completely change the vibe of your trip. Some neighborhoods are great if you're a digital nomad and want to be around cafes, co-working spots, and that relaxed work-life vibe. Others are more about nature, with quiet corners, hiking trails, and beaches that feel totally off the radar. And if you're the kind of traveler who likes being right in the middle of it all, with restaurants, nightlife, and markets just outside your door, there's a spot for that too. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the best areas to stay in Da Nang, what each one feels like, and share a few hotel recommendations if you're just here for a short trip. And if you're a digital nomad thinking about living here for a while, I've got some tips for you too. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to look based on your style and how long you're planning to stay. And if you enjoy this kind of content, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps the channel grow and keeps me motivated to bring you more quality travel guides. All right, let's dive in. Let's start with Khue My. This is one of the most popular neighborhoods in Da Nang, especially among digital nomads and expats. It's got a relaxed vibe, great cafes, and you're just a few minutes from the beach. If you're planning to stay a little longer in the city, this area makes everything really easy. One of the main reasons people choose Khue My is the lifestyle. You've got co-working spaces, laptop-friendly cafes on almost every block, and a strong digital nomad community that makes it easy to meet people and feel connected. Another big highlight of staying in Khue My is the An Tung area. This part of the neighborhood is where you'll find most of the international restaurants and nightlife. It's packed with food from all over the world, and once the sun goes down, the place really comes alive. Bars, live music, people hanging out on the sidewalks. It's kind of the social center of Da Nang for expats and travelers. Now let's talk about places to stay. If you're just visiting Da Nang for a few days, there are 2 hotels worth checking out. Rosa Mia Da Nang is a modern beachfront hotel with a rooftop pool and ocean views from some of the rooms. It's a great place to relax after a day out. Another option is Angel Hotel's Beach Da Nang. It's a bit more budget-friendly, but still right in the heart of Khue My and walking distance to everything. I'll leave links in the description in case you want to check them out or book your stay. But if you're a digital nomad or planning to stick around for a few weeks or even a few months, you'll probably want to rent an apartment. Most of the units here are studio style, fully furnished, and already come with fast internet. A good place here usually costs around $300 per month, sometimes even less if you use Facebook groups or local contacts to find a rental. So yeah, if you're looking for a neighborhood that's got beach access, a remote work vibe, and everything within walking distance, Khue My is definitely one of the top choices in Da Nang. Next up is Chau. This district is massive, and depending on where you stay, the vibe can shift a lot. Closer to the city, it feels like a regular Vietnamese neighborhood. There's less tourism, fewer Western-style cafes and restaurants, and you'll notice most of the residents are locals. But there's also a growing Korean community here, and the few cafes and restaurants that cater to foreigners are usually more geared toward Korean visitors than Western ones. As you move further toward the peninsula, that's where it starts getting greener. You'll see more peace and nature. And of course, you're right by some of the top sightseeing spots like the Lady Buddha and those stunning coastal viewpoints. So depending on where exactly you stay, it can feel urban or totally peaceful and remote. Getting around in Chau is easiest with a motorbike since everything's a bit more spread out. But if you're not into riding, Grab works fine too. You won't have trouble getting rides to the beach, the peninsula, or even back into the main part of the city. One thing that makes Chau appealing, especially for long-term stays, is the price. Rents here are noticeably lower than in Khue My. You can find a basic studio for around $200 to $250 a month. The apartments are usually furnished and include decent internet. Just one heads up though, this is a very local area, and it's common for Vietnamese families to set up big karaoke speakers at night. So while the mornings are calm and quiet, evenings can get pretty loud in some parts. If you're thinking about staying long-term, it's a good idea to rent for just a few days first to get a feel for the noise level before committing. If you're staying short-term in Chau, there are a couple of great hotel options around here too. Hilton Garden Inn is right by the beach, with modern rooms, ocean views, and a rooftop pool that's perfect for relaxing after a day out. Another good pick is Radisson Red. The vibe there's a bit more bold and playful. The rooms are spacious, and it's got everything you need if you're mixing in some remote work. Both are well located, so it's easy to get over to Khue My and the best beaches, or head the other way toward the peninsula to enjoy more of that nature side of Da Nang. Once you cross over to the other side of the river, you're in Chau, which is basically downtown Da Nang. This is where everything's happening. You've got modern buildings, street markets, tons of restaurants, and some of the best local food in the city. During the day, it feels a bit more businessy with offices, banks, and people rushing around. But once the sun goes down, the whole area flips. The bridges light up, the riverside gets busy, and the vibe totally changes. One of the main highlights here is the Dragon Bridge. It's not just a famous landmark, it actually puts on a show. If you're around on the weekend at 9 p.m., the dragon breathes fire and shoots water out over the street. It's one of those things you've got to see at least once while you're in town. You've also got Han Market and Cone Market nearby. Han is more tourist friendly, but Cone Market has more of that local energy, with food stalls selling everything from noodle soups to fresh seafood and banh mi. There's also Asia Park just a bit outside the center. It's got thrill rides, a giant Ferris wheel, and one of the best views you'll get of the city from up top. And because Chau is right in the middle of everything, getting around is super easy. The airport's just a few minutes away, and if you're staying near the Han River, you've got great views plus cafes, bars, and restaurants all within walking distance. For places to stay, Satya Danang Hotel is a perfect option if you want something comfortable and well located. It's just a few minutes walk from the river and the Dragon Bridge, close to the Pink Cathedral and right by Han Market. Rooms are modern and clean, with either city or river views, and you've got restaurants, bars, and supermarkets just a short drive away. If you want to level up a bit, Novotel Da Nang Premier sits right on the river. The rooms are spacious, the rooftop pool is awesome, and the view of the Dragon Bridge at night is next level. Both are great options, and staying in Chau means you're right in the middle of the action with easy access to everything. And there's one more area worth mentioning. Khue My sits just south of Mi An, and just like we talked about in Soon Cha, it's another part of town where the experience really depends on exactly where you stay. Honestly though, it's not the most practical place unless you're booked into one of the bigger beachfront resorts. Along the coast, it's mostly resorts and private condos, so you're not going to find many cafes or small shops like in other parts of the city. Most of the beach access is private too, so unless you're staying at one of those places, it's not that easy to get to the ocean. But once you move a little inland closer to the river, the vibe shifts completely. It turns into a more local neighborhood, kind of like the quieter parts of Soon Cha. You'll find some Vietnamese restaurants and small shops, but there's not much in terms of international food or expat-friendly spots. And the same tip from Soon Cha applies here too. If you're thinking about staying long-term, it's smart to book for just a night first. Get a feel for the area and see if it really fits your style. Some parts are super quiet during the day, but at night you might run into the usual neighborhood karaoke scene, which is just part of daily life in these local zones. So those are some of the best neighborhoods to stay in Da Nang. Whether you want to be right on the beach, somewhere local, or closer to nature, there's definitely a spot that matches your travel style. If you're planning to stay in one of the hotels I mentioned, all the links are down in the description so you can check prices, see reviews, and book what works for you. But if you're a digital nomad planning to stay longer, Facebook groups usually have the best deals for monthly rentals. Just keep in mind that long-term places often require a deposit, and they're really meant for people staying at least a few months. If this video helped you out, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and lets us keep making more travel guides like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.